20, the meek shall also increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Poverty is not from God. Poverty, and I'm not talking about spiritual poverty, which people, this and this. You know, Jesus was meaning spiritual poverty. I am talking about poverty. You know, material poverty is not from God. God created the earth and he put enough natural resources for everybody to be so wealthy. But because some men are children of serpents, seed of the serpent, they have stolen people's wealth. Some men have so given themselves the image of the beast and that they are proliferating his policies through, what are these things called? Parliaments, through parliaments and whatever. They are releasing his policies to impoverish people. Whole generations and whole nations are being impoverished. That's why I hate the the CFA, the Central, that franc, Central African franc. That is a wicked, it is one of the doctrines. And you see, when we talk about doctrines of devils and lies, people wonder what we are talking about. Now, you can research on this, the CFA. This is a monetary system used by 14 countries in Africa, which were formerly colonies of France. If you look at this monetary system and how it is organized, it is actually impoverishing these African countries and enriching France. And it is keeping them in perpetual poverty. There is nothing they can do. One of the agreements that was forced on them when they were getting so-called independence, lie from the devil. When they are getting this refined slavery, when they are getting refined slavery, which we call independence, they told them to sign a deal. Under that deal, they were told that, you know what, you need to ship almost, you need to transfer a big chunk of, I think it used to be about 60%, or it used to be 70%, I think they have reduced it to 60%. Almost 60% of your GDP, your wealth, your natural wealth, every year you ship it to France and we keep for you your money. And that is perpetual. Can you imagine? So there are people in those countries, 14 African countries. There are people who are there who cannot access health care, quality health care. They are dying. There are people who are living below the poverty line. You know, there are people who are living lives of indignity because someone agreed to a doctrine of devils, and now they sold 14 countries, and I'm talking about as of 2020. 14 countries. I'm not talking about something in the past. I'm saying in the present. 14 countries that are still enslaved under the spirit of poverty. That is not of God. And then these countries have the audacity of coming to these African countries which they have impoverished, and they portray people who are poor. And they say Africa is poor and Africans are... But they also are subjecting them to poverty. You understand? So poverty is not of God. There are enough resources in the earth for everyone to be well. But greed and the image of the beast. I hate that thing. And you know, recently they tried to come out of it and then they were cornered and boxed in. And I wonder to myself, does the African Union care that there are actually 14 countries in Africa? Does the African Union care? You know, some people will say that we are speaking politics, but politics are a result of spirituality. Governance is a result. God establishes leaders. Why do leaders allow these bad things? You understand? That is the doctrine they use. Now, if God established you as a political leader, and you sit in the African Union, and you are allowing 14 countries in the 21st century, we are now almost midway the 21st century, almost 50 years near the 50-year mark of the 21st century, you are allowing 14 countries and their populations to be in poverty, and you're doing nothing about it, and you call yourselves leaders. You are agents of the beast.